Welcome back, y'all. So I haven't recorded this much. When I come into something that's like really frustrating and it's not something like catastrophic, but just like little issues I'm working with, I don't really record them. But I've been fighting a fuel cut issue, and it could be a couple different things, but one of the things for sure I know is a problem, and it's something that I needed to do anyways, is I've maxed out my decap injectors here, which are at like, I don't know, 99% duty cycle, sometimes more. But regardless, I need to upgrade the injectors anyways. I think I might have a problem with that regulator too, so I'm going to change that. I got an air motive that's supposed to be delivered anytime now, but the main part right here is I got me a set of flow match Bosch 210s, genuine Bosch 210s from Carter Motorsports. Even came with a little flow match sheet and whatnot. It's got a bunch of data and cool stuff on it. So far, I'm happy with the customer service and presentation of these things. They gave me a cool little box, and it was only $725. I say only because these things are astronomically priced now, but it is what it is. Hopefully, all car parts will come down in price here soon. Well, yet to be determined though, but only one can hope. So I'm gonna throw these in. Depending on when that fuel pressure regulator gets here, I might just take it up for a drive and see what it does. It does fine up until 7,000 RPM, and then it wants to fuel cut after that. Really depending, it does it in different ranges. There's not really a rhyme or reason to it, but that's about where it's happening. So I'm curious to see if it'll not do it by changing just the injectors. My fuel pressure is flatlining at 50 psi. It's not building one-to-one pressure. So I got an air motive coming, and I'm hoping that'll fix it. And otherwise, I'll show you here in a minute, but I got a surge tank, a dual pump surge tank, and I'm gonna do the swirl pot deal. I just need to order another fuel pump, and I got to get some fittings. So I just want to throw these two things in first, and then I'll go from there on that. All right, well, you can hear the air. I got the injectors in, so I got to check for leaks, but I'm going to go ahead and not try to connect that way. But, come on, gap top. Acting funky, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to go right here. Bosch 210s. Sweet. Sounds like it's not leaking. We gotta check for leaks here in a second though. Hopefully this thing just fires up like it's supposed to. You like my little thingy I did there? Been needing to do that for a long time. You can't see that mess of wires back there anymore. How about that? Alright. Let's cycle it. Make sure we ain't got no leaks. Nothing appears to be leaking from anywhere. There's a little bit of brake clean down there. Pulled up. I think we're good to go. Let's see. See if she fires right up. All right, one more time, see if we get some pressure. Bleeds off that regulator so quick. Zero fuel pressure. Interesting. Huh. Now, why is that? Well, now we got fuel pressure. We'll have to change that regulator. It was supposed to be delivered 30 minutes ago, so we'll see what happens. It's gonna learn some stuff, I guess. It never runs good until it's warmed up. I still gotta figure that out, but that's actually kind of normal. I've got to mess with the tune still and get that figured out. But once it warms up, it seems to run fine. Well, cool. It's running. Can't tell if it sounds different or not. I don't know. It kind of sounds different a little bit. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
definitely break up before that, so seems like it's working. I haven't changed the fuel pressure regulator either, so I had to look at the data log and see what my fuel pressure is, but it was flatlining around 50 pounds. I'm gonna see what happens. I would like it to make 1-to-1 still, so I'm still gonna change that out. And obviously we're doing tool pumps, but we're about to turn this motherfucker up, bro. Let's see if we can get a good run here. Let this car go by. This isn't the best idea to do recording, but you know, let them get a little distance. Had to let off there. Got a little too close. But I hit 75 in second gear. I got to 7 in third. I call that fixed. Well, for the most part. The injectors are working. We definitely don't have that problem. Now I'm just going to check these data logs and see what the fuel pressure is. It sucks. I always get things fixed like right before 5 o'clock traffic. It might not, I don't even know. It might not even be 5 yet, but it's not as bad as it normally is, but it sucks. So we're going to do some things and do some more things later.
All right, look what we have here. Oh. Damn it, they didn't give me a sticker. Cool. Looks just like the one that we have, but not really cheap. Why are you stuck? Okay. Anyways. Yeah. We have the real one of the one that one's a copy of. It looks a little different, but it's basically the same thing. I guess it comes with 2 springs. I don't know, I might have to read up on this. So my fuel pressure, oh yeah, I didn't record or shit looking at the data log. My fuel pressure still stayed at 50 pounds. It's working fine, but I would like it to build a 1-to-1 ratio with my boost. So hopefully this will fix it. If it doesn't fix it, then that means I am for sure out of pump, which, oh yeah, I still got to show you the thing. I'll show you that when I get inside, but we got a solution for that too. Spaghetti system's happening, but luckily I got to test everything individually, so the injector's compensated. You know what, I didn't look at the duty cycle. I need to look at that too. But yeah, I mean, the injectors worked well enough for it to work, so we're gonna do that next, and then I'll do fuel pump after that. I watched the speedometer. It said 7,500 that time. That felt good. I'll check the data log and see what my new really expensive fuel pressure regulator says. We'll see if we made over 50 pounds. But even if we didn't, it still felt good. It didn't break up. So now it's time to turn it the fuck up. Alright, 535 is out. 255 is back in. So, yeah, I swapped that little plug out from 3/8 to 5/16, which I don't know why I had to drill the hole bigger. That doesn't make sense, whatever. Anyways, that's on there. Got proper wiring for this pump now, because the last setup, it was way bigger wire, but it was bigger than I needed. Anyways, it looks better and cleaner. So that's ready to go back in the tank, and then there's a better look at this setup. Come on. If I can get it out. So, I already have the 450 in there, wired up and plumbed. 535 is going to go next to it. I got a new sock for that. As you can see, I got these 90s pointed off towards the side to make it like a swirl pot type of deal. And I had to change these barbs out because the barbs it came with, the 3/8 barbs, they were too small. They didn't fit in the hose, so I had to order those. So be mindful if you get this, you will have to get different size barbs for it to fit. Go ahead and get this set up and start working on the AN lines and everything. All right, dual pumps are in. And you can see, it's a pretty basic setup right there. And I cleaned the thing out, the tank out. I'm going to throw these in here and figure out where, well, I know where I'm going to put it, but start getting my lines mocked up. See, yeah, just like, well, I'm gonna have to use 2 hands to get it down in there, but you get the idea. Alright, well, I made some progress. I got all these lines done. I was out here till like midnight doing this last night, but I'm recording for you in the daytime so you actually see it. So, pretty basic here. I got the 2 pumps going into a T there, and I just got unions and tied them into my existing fuel line here. As you can see, that used to go up there, and now I have lines from the surge tank going to there. And I'm gonna clean this wiring up. I gotta wire in these 2 pumps now. So I got some bus bars I'm gonna put in here and run all my powers and grounds off that, so everything's going straight to the battery. Most time spent is just staring at this stuff, trying to figure out what room I have to work with and how I can make it look nice. So I'm gonna probably do that a little bit more, but it's gonna end up in, it's only, I don't have anywhere to really put it other than right there, so probably just gonna mount them right down there. And I'm gonna clean up the fan wiring too while I'm at it. So it's the next step. All right. So I just threw those relays back there. I don't got time for this right now, but I got it all wired up. I got these bus bars in here. I'm gonna zip tie them up. I'll put some loom around that, but I just need to make sure it's working and not leaking. So I'm gonna prime this and not put fuses in these relays and fill that, and then I'll put fuses in it. Oh wait, I still gotta wire one more thing. Well, I gotta wire up my output wire and then set that up in the Holly. So that's the last thing I have to do, but that's for the second pump. But right now, while it's still somewhat light outside, I just want to make sure that there's no leaks. So that's the next thing we're about to do right now. All right, so far no leaks. I've double checked everything. I'm gonna give it one more triple check. Cut it off and triple check it, but so far so good. All right, it's the test. Everything should be working. We're gonna get a data log and see what happens. Well, it didn't work. So I didn't realize, because the internet said otherwise on a little diagram I normally look at, but on Terminator X, you can't do a positive output on the input and output harness. So apparently it's only ground and PWM ground on the output. So I had to take it apart and rewire that relay to a ground trigger, and now it should work as it's supposed to. So we're gonna find out. The data log, yeah, it was I was like 35 psi, but my injectors were still, they were under 80% duty cycle, so that's a plus to having really big injectors. I didn't record before I did this pump stuff. I ended up turning it up a hair, and I raced my buddy and his vet that I always race, and dude, that thing dynoed 1014. Jason tuned it, and he put on aftermarket heads after that, so we don't know what it makes now, but it makes over 1,000. I'll go ahead and throw that clip in right here. And I mean, I was stoked about that. Ended up being a pretty close race considering like how fast that car is. And then I turned it up some more after that, and I didn't record the pull. So that was basically the same tune that I just tested on a minute ago. And I seen the fuel pressure is dropping. That's when I ordered the other pump. So hopefully we're gonna make one more pull, and hopefully the fuel pump comes on and turns off and everything works like it's supposed to. So we're about to find out.
Well, kind of dangerous to try to record and do a pull with it turned up, so I'm using GoPro. Hopefully just get a good pull. Well, I already see cars in the way. We'll see how this goes. I might have to run up the road a little bit. Yeah, I got cars in the way already. That's not gonna happen. It's working. You can see right there in third gear, 19 pounds, 62 pounds of fuel pressure, and fuel pump 2 is commanded on. Sweet. Let's see, we tipped fourth for a split second. Let's see what I got up to there. I didn't stay in that long. It hit 18. Did we almost hit 19 pounds right there. And we have 62 pounds of fuel pressure. Woohoo! Hell yeah, I call that fixed. And then I left the data log running for a bit to see if, so it's supposed to turn off after 5 seconds, because obviously we don't want, yep, okay, there it's off, right there. Hell yeah, everything's working how it should. Sweet, I call that fixed. So, yeah, I think that might be the end of the video here. And we're gonna have some more fun stuff in store. Like always, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you in the next one. Later, y'all.